back to my channel. Now, as you may know, I am an independent author, which means I write, publish and market my books myself. I do this partly because I want control over things like the cover, but also the timing of release, because I don't want you, the readers, to be waiting years for the next book, as often happens in the traditional publishing sphere. However, being an indie author does come with its challenges, and one of those challenges is being seen and being discovered by new readers. And as much as we do try and market ourselves, it is always so good to have the support of our readers, or just people who think we're kind of weird and cool and like to hang out with us. So how can you help indie authors become more visible, or just give them your support? Some of these are free, completely free ways that you can support indie authors. Some of them might require a bit of payment if you can manage that. We are grateful for all the support that we gain. So let's have a look at some of these ways you can support indie authors. Number 1, follow, like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things, so you know what is going on with your favourite author. We do love getting comments from you. Not the ones that say, I hated your book. Please don't do that. That is incredibly rude. You are entitled to your opinion. Put them on Goodreads or another review site if that is what you want to do, but don't. It's really not good manners to tell the author that you hated their book and why. But yeah, start a conversation with us, comment on our posts, answer our questions. We really do want to speak to you and get to know you. After all, you're the people who are reading our books, you're the people who are enjoying our content, so we want to make it fun for you, and we like having that rapport. Following on from that was kind of number 1, kind of number 2, but please make sure you save their social media posts and share them with your friends. If you like this video, share it. If you like some comments, share them with your friends, especially if there's news of an upcoming book that they might like. Number 3. This one is kind of a given, sometimes costs money, sometimes doesn't. Read their books. Yes, surprisingly, that is the best way to support an indie author, is to read their books. Now you can buy these online, or in many cases you can request the books from your local library, and this might be in a physical format or it might be in a digital one. There are so many indie authors who open their work up to library services. Sometimes this is just in the physical form if they are part of Kindle Unlimited, but for wide authors we sign up to all the library services, so you can get the print, the digital, the ebook form and the audiobook format if we have that. So please do request from your local library. You may be surprised, and also you may be bringing a new author to the librarian. So there you go, you can be the know-it-all and give them some tips on some good books. So yes, do request them at your libraries, support your libraries, read their books. The most important way to actually support an author. Tip number 4. This follows directly on from tip number 3. Once you have read said book, leave a review. Maybe you didn't like it. That's fine. Absolutely fine, as long as you're not rude about it or directly attack the author. But leave a review on the site you purchased it from, Goodreads, another reading app. And if you don't have any of those, then leave a review on your social media. Just say to your friends, I love this book. This is what I liked about it. This is what I didn't. This is where you can find the author. It is kind of important to leave the reviews on the retail platform, especially the big one, we all know, because the more reviews and the more ratings it gets, the more the algorithm pushes those books and suggests them to other people. So if you can spare a few minutes, even just to say, love this book, it was great, do try and do that. It really does help independent authors. But as I said, if you don't have any of those and you've somehow miraculously just picked up an indie author's book, word of mouth, tell your friends, especially if you know of one who loves that genre. Tip number 5. If you really like their work and you want to be kept up to date with all the latest things, then try and join their ARC team. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy. Now, some people call this an ARC team, some people call it a street team or a publication team. It's really the same thing. What is required of you often is to read a new book before it is released so that you have your review ready for publication day. If you're a street team member, you might be asked to do a little bit more, such as some posts prior to release to really get the momentum going for that author. And of course, telling everybody that you really enjoyed the book and they should read it. So that is the role of an ARC team member, and oftentimes you can find out about this by joining an author's newsletter, because their newsletters, they're people who want to hear from them first. They will sign up, they will give all this information to people signed up to their newsletter, obviously because it is news, so they want to tell you about it. Tip are we on now? Tip number 6? Tip number 6. This one, if you are buying from an author, please do check to see if they have a direct store. I know, I've been there. I know the big companies like the ZON are oftentimes cheaper. They're often easier because we know it's there. We just search the name of the author and the book. It is incredibly easy. But as an indie author who has their own store, I can tell you, we, the creator of the book, keep a lot more of the money that I'm sure you want to give to us when you buy direct. When you buy through these big companies, they take a huge amount. So actually the author that you are trying to support doesn't really get that much. And I cannot tell you the amount of times I've had people say, I bought your book on to support you. No, I am incredibly grateful to everybody who purchases my books, but if you can, please do try to buy direct from the author. It will make them do a little happy dance. They will love you way more than if you're just some nameless, faceless, you might still be faceless, person from a big store. There is another reason to buy direct, and that is because, so again, with these big companies that you might buy through, sometimes they remove authors' books for fictional infringements, or, as I'm currently experiencing, my audiobooks have just disappeared for no reason. I'm trying to find out what's going on there through Findaway Voices, who distributes through ACX. So bear with me there. But on that note, if you're watching this now in June 2024, I'm currently running a sale for Audiobook Month. So if you go to my website, all my audiobooks, which I've narrated myself, are half price, more than half price off. So if you've been looking for my audiobooks, please do go to my direct store for the time being, and I will let people know when this other issue is sorted out. So that is another reason to buy direct from the author, because their books ain't going anywhere, whereas on other sites they might. Another freebie now, are we tip number 7? Do see if they have a community you can join, such as a Discord or a I'm trying to think of other names now. What is it called? Slack. There we go. See if they have a Discord or a Slack group, and you can join these, often for free. Sometimes they are behind a paywall, or just be a really active member of their community. on YouTube, Instagram, wherever they have their social media presence. But oftentimes, if you join this community, such as a Discord, you do get a little bit more contact with the author. And you'll be surprised how much input they like to get from readers. And yeah, we like to see you all as friends, really. So, and I think the last one that I can think of at the moment, I'm sure there are many, many more ways you can support indie authors, but the last one is to check if they have a membership. Like here on this platform, content creators have memberships and you get exclusive content if you pay so much a month. There are other sites that allow authors to do this, and there are several tiers. You can pay different amounts and get different rewards, as well as being part of that huge community. So if you want the very latest news, if you want sneak peeks, if you want advanced content that isn't a full book as an ARC reader, if you want side stories, if you want swag, some people do physical items, then do check out if your favourite author has a membership you can join. Likewise, if they're running a Kickstarter, try and join that and share about it if you really love their work. So there you go. Those are just a few tips on how you can support indie authors, some without paying anything, and some may require the cost of a cup of coffee or something. So it is really, really easy to support an indie author. We are so grateful for all the support we get, and we just want to share our stories with people. So if you liked it, let people know.